Good afternoon, Terrier Nation, and welcome to another edition of Terrier Talk. I am Sports Information Director Jared Plate. Sitting to my left is head women's volleyball coach Aline Scott. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So what we're going to talk about today is the NCAC Volleyball Championship Tournament is heading our way. Starts tomorrow at 4 o'clock for your Heart Terriers. And we're just going to talk about, kind of wrap up the regular season and talk about the playoffs coming up.
Okay.
First off, you guys have won 9 of your last 11 matches going into the playoffs, and 19 wins so far on the season. How do you feel the team is prepared for the upcoming tournament, and do you feel like you're peaking at the right time?
Certainly. We had a great week last week. It's nice to go 5-0 heading into the tournament. And in terms of preparation, I think we've done everything we could have done up to this point to get to here and place ourselves in a position to continue on through the quarterfinals. You mentioned we won 9 out of our last 11. And one of those losses is Ohio Wesleyan, our next opponent, so I certainly haven't overlooked the fact that we lost to them and that we need to do more if we want to continue on in the tournament.
So your team boasts 4 seniors, all of which played valuable minutes, or valuable points for you, I guess we could consider
Right.
to say. All of them have been a part of 20-win seasons for the last 3 years. How does the level of experience of these seniors and the team as a whole help you heading into the tournament?
Oh, I think it's key. They've been there before. This isn't their first time. And being seniors, there's a level of urgency that comes with it. And I think that's going to help our cause. They've been on the court for every match, every set that we've played. They know what to expect. They're students of the game. And I think their experience is really going to help us hopefully continue on this journey this year. And you will obviously help to guide the younger ones in the right direction.
One of those seniors is outside hitter Marissa J, who is coming off arguably one of the best months of anybody. Being named AVCA National Player of the Week, had 85 kills last week, and just an overall solid month of October. Talk about what she brings to the table, and knowing that defense is going to key on her. How is she prepared to handle that?
Well, Marissa's done it all season. I don't think she's prepared any differently this week than she has in any other week that we've had so far. And that's the way she's going to approach it. It's just going to be another game, and she's going to do what she does. She's done really, really well for us, handling pressure all year long. Everyone always keys on her. They know where she's at. They know they're going to get with her. So she's prepared for that kind of pressure. What I'm hoping is that some of our other players step up and help her in that cause. I would love for Grace to have another weekend like she had last week. Jessica Fontana, all of those kids are going to be key for us getting more kills aside from Marissa's kills. I'm confident that Marissa is going to get hers. I'm hoping that everyone else can get theirs too.
So the Terriers rank second in the conference in total kills and rank in the top 3 in a bevy of offensive statistical categories. How did you guys put pressure on the defense this year, and how do you plan to continue to do that in the tournament?
Well, like you mentioned, Marissa's been the biggest gun for us all season long, but we do have other players that can contribute at crucial times, especially if Marissa isn't doing well. I think we have versatile hitters, and if we can be in system, if we can pass well, if we can dig well, which we have been able to do most of the season, we can utilize some of those other weapons, and I think it would be a good thing for us going into Friday.
One of those weapons that we've talked about before, as far as wanting to turn defense into offense, and you considering serving a defensive stat.
Yeah.
Laura Kelly, one of the top players that you have on the service line. She ranks 3rd in the conference in service aces. So talk about what she can bring to the table and how you guys kind of handle the service line and using that as a strength.
Laura is key to our serving. She is really good at it. Not only does she get a lot of aces, but she gets teams out of system just about every time she serves. She can serve anywhere on the court. She's a threat when she gets to the service line. So is Megan Schaefer. Those two, I think between those two, we hold the ball in those rotations more often than the others, and they certainly help our defensive efforts.
So your first game in the quarterfinals will be against, as you mentioned, Ohio Wesleyan, who you guys dropped a 3-1 match against here in Price Gym, just not more than 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Talk about that game, what you learned about the Battling Bishops in that, and what they maybe have learned about you, and what do you expect out of that matchup come tomorrow at 4 o'clock?
I didn't think that we played our best that day, but I have to give Ohio Wesleyan a lot of credit because a big part of it was that they played so well, and they really limited our options that day. We were out of system all day long and kind of in an emergency state for most of the match, and that's really props to them for being able to do that with our passing. We're usually very solid. We were not that day, which affected our offense. If we can control our errors, unlike what happened 2 weeks ago, I think it would be a much stronger matchup, and I think it would be a great one. We've had a lot of 5-game battles that I always thought could go either way, and I think that if we limit our errors, it would be one of those.
So what could be the top head-to-head matchup of the entire tournament? In this first match, you've got Marissa J. against Wesleyan's Iris Anderson.
Correct.
They both rank 1 and 2 in the conference in kills. What do you know about Iris Anderson, and how do you guys expect to maybe game plan for their offense?
She's a great athlete. She is arguably the best athlete in our conference. She gets their kills. She plays, I guess that she played all the way around, and I thought she was solid. She seems to be a spark for them. And Marissa's the same for us. I think they're both really talented. How do we prepare for her? We're going to try to do some defensive adjustments to stop her from getting as many kills. But the way I look at it is she's going to get hers, Marissa's going to get hers. It's just what can everybody else do? Can we stop the other ones?
All right, last question for you. Finish this thought for me.
Okay.
Hiram will win the NCAC Championship if
we don't self-destruct. Meaning the pressure of the moment, or the fact that the season is coming to an end and you have 4 seniors on the court and you start battling those emotions. And I think if they can control that and keep it in check and just focus on the skill and focus 1 point at a time and on the little things that you have to do to get the big things, we'll be all right.